Hello, my name is Tawana Brown, and I serve as the Assistant Director in Parent and Family Programs. Thank you so much for joining us today for our webinar Wednesday. Today, we're going to continue learning a little bit of more ways to support your student through their career action plan. And today, to discuss career planning, we have Susan from the Career Center. Susan, I'll turn it over to you.
Great, thank you. Hi, my name is Susan Kohls. I'm the director of the Career Center at Culver House, which is located in our business school. Just a little bit about the Career Center, if you're not familiar with it. We have our main office in the Student Center, and we also have 3 satellite offices, one in the College of Engineering, one in the College of Communication and Information Sciences, and the one that I'm housed in, which is the Career Center at Culver House, our business school. So the good thing about having the satellites as well as the main center is we're really able to meet the needs of students from first year on. We're able to focus in and have specific career advisors and career consultants to meet with students specifically about a major or college. And also so they can meet with their advisor that's for their major, or if they're thinking about changing a major, maybe they don't know what they want to major in, they can meet with any of the other ones in the other colleges to talk about different options for maybe what they want to do. So I kind of like to think of it or explain it as a centralized, decentralized model, so that we're all working together across campus to meet the needs of all students and all majors, but yet we're focused so we can offer the best information for students to make, the choices that they need regarding their major or their career. So that's just a little bit about the Career Center. And so now I just want to talk briefly about the steps that we kind of recommend first year students to think about during their first year, so that as they continue through their college experience, they're staying on track so that by the time they do need to choose a major, look at internships, or they're about to graduate, they've really thought about it throughout the 4 years. And so they're better able to, hopefully get the outcome that they want when they graduate, whether that's getting a full-time job or maybe going to grad school. So really the first year we talk about, it's really being curious, questioning, asking, getting as much information as they can about things that are offered on campus, as well as about themselves, and just being aware of what those resources and opportunities are. So starting out in college, they're able to experience everything that they want to and that they feel like would benefit them just in the college experience, but also what's going to be valuable for them when they graduate and move on to get a full-time job. So the first thing we really like to talk to them about is evaluating what their interests and skills and their values are. A lot of times these will help them kind of define a major as well as internship or career. And I like to give the example of, I met with a student several years ago who we had this same conversation. She was a psychology major and was also going to major in Spanish. And so as we started talking, I asked her, what are your interests? What do you like to do in your spare time? And she said she loved to travel. She loved airports. She liked, the interaction and everything that went on within an airport. So as we started talking, we started thinking about what kind of opportunities are at an airport, which I really had never thought about before. And as she started exploring and seeing what opportunities were available, she came back to me later and said that she had interviewed and had been offered a position as a translator in the airport. And so she was able to use her, what interested her, as well as what her skills were tied to her major. And so that was, a good fit for her. Values are also important, looking at whether it's companies whether it's the type of job you want to go into. If you're somebody that is interested in helping others, maybe looking at nonprofits. If, you've got other types of values that might tie into values of a company or an industry or, a specific career, then that's kind of another way to look at it. And it's really never too early to start doing that. A lot of times students think that they don't need to think about that until later, but, starting in the beginning really will give students a jump start so they're not trying to play catch up later on in their college career. Another thing that really is kind of obvious is, learning more about what the UA majors are. Figuring out that sometimes students think they know what a major is, but then once they start exploring it, it may be something different. And so what we like to recommend is a few things, maybe looking at the course catalog, reading what the course descriptions are, so they really get a feel for what classes are going to be offered. And also they can look online for the course syllabi, looking up syllabi, seeing what's actually expected in these classes, what the learning objectives are. A lot of times these things can help students narrow down majors and get better prepared to understand more about what's involved with that, as well as the careers. We've also got resources on our website, which is career.ua.edu, to help narrow that down. There's resources such as what can I do with this major, where they can click on the majors and learn a little bit more about it. Being able to explore them all and then kind of cross out ones that don't seem interested, as long as they, have a way to narrow things down. Then when they come and meet with us, it makes it more manageable for them, less stressful, to have narrowed down kind of what they are interested in, so that we can talk to them in more detail about what that major offers and how careers are related to it. Another thing, with first-year students that we really want to, clarify is choosing a major is not going to tie you into a specific career necessarily. So not getting hung up on, if I pick this major, I'm going to have this career. It's not like that at all. So being able to explain that the major is something we want you to choose based on your interest and what's going to, help you. If you're interested in it, more than likely you're going to enjoy it more, possibly do better in it than another major. So letting them understand the major is not always tied to a career, and you're not, boxed in based on what the major is. The next thing is to just, look at those classes, like I mentioned, look at the course catalog, talk to an academic advisor, and kind of get a roadmap to what they need to do to major in that. And I try to explain that career advisors and academic advisors are different. So for academic advisors, they really advise based on the curriculum, classes, choosing a major based on what those classes are, minors, concentrations, whatever it is in particular to their college. So they're on the academic side. We talk to them also about choosing majors, but it's more based on the careers, internships, things that they can achieve when they get out of school or while they're in school for experience. So we don't advise on academics. We leave that to the experts, but we do talk to them about the types of things that they can major in based on a career. We encourage scheduling an appointment. A lot of times students, once we give those resources, they, feel like they've got enough information where they can make that choice. And so, that's great. But if they do need more assistance in whatever their career need is, then we always encourage scheduling one-on-one appointments with the career advisor that's specific to their college or the one that they're thinking about going into. They can do that by stopping in our office, any of our offices. They can call, and I'll have that information at the end of this. And they can also schedule on Handshake, which Handshake is our online recruiting system. It's where all things career related is housed. So career fairs, scheduling appointments, any of our events that we have on campus, professional development, maybe events hosted by employers. That's all housed in Handshake, and they get plenty of emails and information about that and how they can log in and view what they need to view. So schedule an appointment, I think, really is a great idea if they really are unsure. And we always tell students it's not uncommon to not know what you want to major in. That's really the majority of students that we meet with freshman year, first year, is they don't know what they want to major in, and that's okay. It gives them the opportunity to get a big picture of all the things that are offered on campus, and then they can narrow it down from there. Usually it's that students coming in knowing what they want to do or knowing what they want to major in. All three are great. It's just up to the student, to reach out and ask for help, which we're always here to do that. And schedule an appointment is a great way to get more information. We also will recommend too that they conduct an informational interview, which is just basically asking questions of somebody in their industry, maybe the company they want to work with or the career field, to just get a better perspective of what it's like in a day-to-day life of that particular career, and just get a better picture of maybe what it really is as opposed to what they may think it is. So, using their network, whether it's their friends, parents, or relatives of their friends, it's classmates, it's, upperclassmen. It could be, really anybody, faculty, staff, anybody that can help them get more insight into maybe what they want to do is something that we encourage. We also have resources to help them connect with those individuals, whether it's employers, faculty, staff. Oftentimes if a student comes and meets with me and they're interested in a particular major, I'll reach out. Usually there's somebody that has a student worker in our office, or maybe, a student that I've met with in the past. Students are always willing to, help the first and second year students get a better picture of what a major's like. So I like connecting them, as do other career consultants in our office, to current students. And that's always a good way to get more insight into what they're majoring in. Not only networking from that standpoint to get more information, but it's also really valuable as they do start to think about internships or even full-time positions, is starting now, first year, getting familiar with their classmates, with their faculty. Those are going to be the people that the faculty especially are going to be the ones that they can reach out for, using as a reference for their internship. Employers usually want, a faculty reference, obviously if they've had jobs, a supervisor. And so building that network now will help them get better connected with the faculty that they have, and build that network to serve as references later on. The next thing is that we also encourage any kind of experience for them. The Center for Service and Leadership is a great office to learn about how they can serve within their community and outside their community. It's another way to network with students that may not be in their college. So they're getting a network across campus to connect with people and staff that can help, strengthen skills, help them, evaluate what's important to them, what they value. And volunteering is a really great way to do that. So we always encourage volunteering as a way to explore career options. We've got the source, which is the directory of our organizations. They can go in there and, look for organizations that they want to be a part of. that may or may not relate to their major, but it's one way to, again, network and get involved on campus. And so going to Get on Board Day, where they can explore all the opportunities of organizations that they can join, is something we encourage, as well as just looking at all the opportunities to engage in clubs and organizations across campus. And then finally, developing a resume. It may seem real early for us to start thinking about that. But again, we like to say, when you think about it on your resume, there's the top part of your resume that has your education is really a small section compared to the rest of the page and what you're going to put on it. So if they've got a major in the same GPA and the same graduation date as somebody, what's going to differentiate them and make them stand out to an employer? And that is experience. It could be volunteering, it could be an internship, maybe they're working full-time to pay their way through school, maybe they are really involved on campus. Any of those types of experiences are valuable, and employers like to see that. So developing a resume early on is important, because after their sophomore year, after their freshman year, employers really want to just see college involvement. And so things like high school organizations will roll off and they'll replace it with how they're involved on campus. So developing a resume early really helps them see maybe gaps of things that they need to get involved in, so that they've got that full, well-rounded experiences when it comes time to looking for an internship or a full-time job. And, like I said, they may be working, they may be involved on campus. Any experience is great experience. Employers, tell us that every student is different and has different, things that they focus on in college, whether it be working, volunteering, involvement. And so whatever that is, they're all important. We have student employment opportunities on campus. They can go to that job board, which is careers.ua.edu, and look for campus jobs. We have, jobs offered through the Career Center. I've got a picture of the Rec Center. They have a lot of student job opportunities there. Housing and residential does. Really, a lot of the offices in colleges, not just in student life, but across campus, have great opportunities for students to gain experience. And it also works really well because offices on campus understand that students are here, obviously, to get their education. And so campus jobs tend to allow for that flexibility for them to focus on what they're studying, but also gain that work experience as well. We have the Capstone Center for Student Success. If students need help with learning how to study, maybe they're anxious about taking their test, anything related to how can we make the students successful from day one, the Capstone Center for Student Success is a great resource for students to reach out to. And then really finally, becoming familiar with the competencies that our employers are looking for. If they start that early on, it helps them identify that, and they understand it when they're in classes, that what they're studying or what skills they're gaining through projects, teamwork, communication, the technology that they're using, leadership roles, any of the ones, these 8 competencies that employers are looking at, diversity, equity, and inclusion. These are all things that if they know that's what employers are looking for, then they can identify those and be able to gain that experience while they're in school. So competencies are a valuable thing to be aware of and understand that that's what employers are looking for. So to kind of conclude, I feel like, the career action plan are just really steps that we encourage students to understand and kind of explore, get as much information. Information is power. And so the more information they have, the better I think they're equipped to make the the best choices for them, reflecting, learning about careers, learning about their majors, evaluating the things that are important to them, whether it be their interests, their values, or what they're good at, are all great first steps for first-year students to get a really good start on their college career. I've listed my name and email, and you're welcome to reach out to me if you've got any questions. The website is for our main office. It's got a lot of great resources for students and parents to take advantage of, and then that's the main phone number for our office. So feel free to reach out or have your students reach out if they need any additional information. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Susan. Thank you all for joining our webinar Wednesday. We hope that this provides you great information to support your student during their career planning process. And so if they're, like Susan said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center or reach out to our office as well. Again, thank you so much, and Roll Tide.